This is the most fun I've ever had playing Constructed Magic. And these are the 3 reasons why. Reason number 1 is the deck building challenge. The overwhelming feedback from all of the new players joining our Highlander Gauntlet community is that the challenge of building 6 unique 100-card decks with no repetitious cards between them is the most appealing part about the format. And because the guys that created this format were Magic pros and game designers, the concept of Highlander Gauntlet and building a 6-deck wheel is really drawing upon Magic's strongest qualities. Which is why I find this appeals to Q players the same as it appeals to EDH players, the same as it appeals to Late. There's this chess match aspect to Highlander Gauntlet that you don't really get in your standard 1v1 formats. Which is why reason number 2 is replayability. I'm legitimately in year 13 of playing Highlander Gauntlet, and it's still the format I get most excited for when new cards get previewed. And that's because of the challenge that goes along with having to build 6 equally powered decks, because all you're going to do is roll off a 6-sided die when you have to choose which of those 6 decks you're going to play in a match. While in most high-powered formats, whether you're talking Singleton like CDH or you're talking Canlander, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, you're playing 60-card decks with 4 copies of each card. So what you're doing here is really removing that repetitive nature of any format where you're going to see the same type of matchup and the same type of cards over and over. If I see that in the first 2 turns of the game you're playing blue-black, I don't know if your tutors are in this deck, if this is your Thoracle deck, I don't know if you're playing Artifact combo, I have no idea. You could be playing blue-black zombies, because the power cards might be in another deck. So I can't play around what I think might be in your deck. I have to just play optimal Magic and hope that my deck matches up well against your deck. And because there are no commanders in this format, I don't have any idea what you're playing when I sit down. And that's really why this format appeals to Magic players who love to play at a high level. Whether it's the designers or it's guys like Gavin Verhey who have built wheels themselves and played very, very well in our tournament. Reason number 3 is accessibility. Both from an actual card perspective, because it's non-sanctioned, so we don't require you play any real cards, but if you did want to happen to build a real Highlander Gauntlet wheel of 6 decks, you're going to be able to do it without using the reserve list, because that's the only banned list that exists in the entire format. So we get Shocks, Fetches, and Ancient Tombs, but no City of Traders or Dual Lands, which means that the literal most expensive card in the entire format is like Mana Crypt, which you need 1 of. When you combine that card accessibility with the openness and excitement from this community that's been running 2 tournaments a year in Southern California for the last few years, it just makes for a great experience for any Magic player. If you want to know more about Highlander Gauntlet, check out that pinned video here at the top of our profile. There's also some groups online, there's a Discord, people are sharing resources all the time. So build a wheel, shoot us a message, and get excited about Highlander Gauntlet.